This series is shaping up to be a dogfight. Two heavyweights are duking it out for sailing's holy grail. New Zealand's grip on the America's Cup has grown a little bit tighter, but Britannia is match-hardened and they're ready to battle.
British here potentially got a bit on.
This is the umpire's penalty GVR.
Keep on the foils.
Oh, those foils so close to touching.
Emirates Britannia just not reacting quickly enough, caught off guard.
Emirates Team New Zealand just put the elbows out.
Ben's been asking for someone to do it for quite some time, so it was good that it was us that gave him one of those.
Emirates Team New Zealand will now move to a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, it's a little bit uncomfortable, to be honest, with how close the boat's got. Great to get a penalty and control the rest from there.
Emirates Britannia, they were kicking themselves on the penalty.
Keep plugging, guys. Long way to go with this.
I don't think we've sailed at our highest level, and clearly against the Kiwis it's going to require that to win some races.
We're here to win the America's Cup. We're here to race the boat as fast as we can.
Emirates Team New Zealand, the defender, are just 4 race wins from successfully defending.
The moment you're like, oh, I should avoid risk, is the moment you're not really going for the win.
I've no doubt in our team that we've got the resilience and determination to find that performance and come back stronger.
Bienvenidos, this is Barcelona, where two great sailing nations have locked horns for sailing's ultimate prize. An attacking Team New Zealand have injected drama into the series, racing to a commanding 3-0 lead. Emirates Britannia have work to do, but they're led by one of the most aggressive match races the world has seen. It's time to release the beast. Can they break the defenders' momentum, or will the Kiwis keep applying the heat? The pot of gold at the end of the rainbow is a silver trophy that is priceless in sailing terms, the America's Cup. Only 4 nations have ever won it. It's the only reason why they are here. The road to lifting that trophy after 3 races looks a little smoother for the defender, who are 3-0 up, but it's far from a fait accompli. The challenger has hit an uphill part of the journey, but they've got a fast boat, more than capable of claiming the cup. The battle resumes today with a solitary race out on the waters of the Mediterranean. It might just turn out to be a defining day in the match. As is traditional, family part of the dockouts in Emirates Team New Zealand with smiles aplenty.
Yeah, look, certainly the families and the wider team, they'll be absolutely wishing the sailing team all the best. They need to go out and execute well today to try and get that extra point on the board.
Martin Fatua Orake providing Team New Zealand every dockout with a piece of home to try and give them that little bit of an edge going into each match race. And the wonderful Te Kawa leading them out every day. But there's another team that are desperate to get points on the board, and that's Emirates Britannia.
There's no hiding the fact this team needs a win. And we've seen them outperform the Challenger fleet here in Barcelona. And over his stellar career, their leader, Ben Ainsley, has come back time and time again. They're only 3-0 down, but today they have to change the momentum.
So let's get an update on course conditions and see what sort of weather we've got for race 4 in the match.
Both teams, I'm sure, will be delighted that the breeze is in and predicted to increase all afternoon. We're currently enjoying 8 to 12 knots from the northeast, but the trend is that there is more to come. We can keep a close eye on any fluctuations in the breeze with the assistance of Windsight IQ. It's a laser radar system tracking the microscopic movements in the air. Look out for it, it is very helpful. Green is above average wind pressure and blue is less. We can then push that data through AC75 performance numbers, and we get a pretty good go at predicting the likely optimum route. And right now, if we run the Ghost boat starting on opposite tacks in the middle of the line, well, they are liking left early, right at the top.
This is race 4 in the match.
We expected meticulous preparation from this Kiwi outfit. Their pace and boat handling are always on point. But we've also been witness to an impressive calmness under pressure, which combined with a willingness to engage, makes them look strong. On the wheels, it's one-time Olympic skiff sailing rivals, Pete Burling and Nathan Outridge. The reliable Blair Took and Andy Maloney sit in the trimmer pilot seats, and those mighty cyclers pushing out the waters are Vanderpool and Allen, and Sinclair and Olympic rowing legend Hamish Bond.
The British team of Ineos Britannia will need to come out firing in race 4 of the 37th America's Cup. The official challenger of record are battle-hardened but have taken some big hits over the past 2 race days in their quest to lift the old mug. Driving the yacht again today is Ben Ainsley and Dylan Fletcher, and controlling the flight over the water is Bledden Mon and Lee McMillan. On the pedal for today's one and only race is Neil Hunter, Ben Cornish, Matt Rossiter and Matt Gottrell.
It is another day of opportunity for both teams. One can lengthen the lead, one can get back into the game. 2 different stories, but one race to try and do it today out on the waters of the Mediterranean. Stephen McIver, double Olympic gold medalist Shirley Robertson, 3 times champ Glenn Ashby, and former America's Cup tactician Peter Lester on the water. Got a good feeling about today.
Absolutely fantastic conditions out on the water at the moment. Round about sort of 9 to 10 knots with a potential opportunity of an increase of wind over the next half an hour or so, Shirley.
There you go, right?
Yeah, conditions are good. I mean, we are going to see this team out firing. I really think that Ben Ainsley knows he has to bring his game and a bit of aggression to this pre-start. He has to win the pre-start.
Have you got the TV bug?
This is the race committee. We have met the win limit, and this race is live.
We are going racing. Race 4 in the match of the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup. And the score right now, Defender 3, Official Challenger 0, but every day is a new day. It will be Emirates Team New Zealand coming in on port at 2 minutes and 10 seconds, and then the Defender.
A very quick look at the ghost boat. This is the ideal route of both boundaries, and coming in from the left-hand side at the top. 3 tags, we don't often see that.
Watch the game, watch the game.
Emirates Team New Zealand approaching port entry, 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Right on point for that one, and they are good. Time and distance, 2 minutes for starboard entry for Ineos Britannia. It was a battle in the start block yesterday. What do we get today?
It was just a little pump of the brakes on Emirates Team New Zealand, just not to enter early.
Healing on exit. Copy.
I think we might see a different form, a different playbook roll out here for the British team. They need to do something different.
Okay, killing 120. Middle of the box here. Line is still quite square.
Having a look at the power on board both boats here in the pre-start. Cyclone team pushing up around 1500 watts. You'll see the manoeuvres, that'll increase. Big push in the pre-starts for both teams.
Okay, good enough to go above. Come wide, or mighty early here, that's both late.
Kiwis running down the wall, just picking their time to head back for the line.
They haven't turned up yet, they've just turned up now. You're 0 by late. 10 to the pin, really deep in the box.
Ineos Britannia tacking up, maximum gauge of the Kiwis.
Shut them him. I think we want to keep going to struggle. Yeah, I agree. I think we just want to stay high, time and distance. We get over one should go back, right? Once we're out of gas. Trying to get going here.
Sounds like the plan on the British boat is keeping it simple, time and distance.
Saying you're like on time for the line, but I think you're game. Just keep sailing high and fast.
Building a bit of speed. Killing 6. Yeah, killing 5.
We'll see the British team start to put the bow down and accelerate shortly.
Yeah, racing now.
And you can always take it down the line if you need to.
But slightly early if you think. Flat Swiss.
Yeah.
Killing 2.
Big speed build on board Ineos Britannia.
Up 2. Still killing 2. Killing half, all the way out.
Going to be a clean start. And race 4 is out the door in the match.
The British team 2 knots faster boat speed off the line, so a really big gain of VMG early on, early advantage in Ineos Britannia.
Good start by Ineos, that's their best start of the regatta, and they're still making gains over Emirates Team New Zealand. So as they come up to that left-hand boundary.
I think Greece here a little strong out of
Yep.
The British team will be just looking to line Emirates Team New Zealand up to get them in the dirty air straight out of this manoeuvre.
It's a very considered start by the British. They obviously think they've got the pace to match the Kiwis.
Just needing to really get this tack very close to Emirates Team New Zealand if they can, and keep the pressure on.
Nice breeze on the inside. 2, 1, go board.
Like the high mode we get here.
Take some main.
It's coming up a bit.
Higher than that for now.
British pushing high.
Transition.
Windward boat, Emirates Team New Zealand having to keep clear and having to cave, so 2 down-speed tacks for Emirates Team New Zealand. Big gains there for the British team.
Shift gears average here.
10 to boundary.
And very short-sided.
All the way. 5,
2, 1, port down.
Button.
Bottom discuss.
Nice. Good work getting out of that, Pickle. It's a little left phase.
VMG's here, looking along.
Ineos bow forward there. They made a little bit of a gain because New Zealand have done those extra tacks. But now it's the arm wrestle as they both come up, coming up to about halfway up. And I've got a bit of a range and bearing. I'm looking out at both boats. Ineos are going pretty nicely in that leeward position. No bearing change from where I'm sitting at the moment. Very even.
I mean, we're definitely intersecting them.
Boundary in 20 if we go all the way. Big recovery here, eh? I think it'll be that, it's all good. Hey, you can stand by? Boundary, yeah. Pull it down.
3, 2, 1, mate.
Heading, don't mind. 2, 1, forward.
The British team wash off a little bit of pace by having to do the manoeuvre, but they will be right of way boat
2 women
coming into this next intersection as they speed build.
Coming down. Flat space. And working up now. They get behind.
Ineos Britannia making it hard for them coming down.
High speed. Flat boat.
Yep.
Hey, we'll jump
into tanks.
right turn.
Go boundary.
Kind of think of the moment we just take.
Better breeze in front.
Yeah, agree. 14.
5,
1, up.
The British doing a nice job of just getting their pace on, forcing Emirates Team New Zealand to take quite an evasive avoiding manoeuvre. So little gains there to the British. Emirates Team New Zealand now getting their tack in and having to re-accelerate the boat, so nothing in this race.
Pretty even gates at the top. Will be right turn, so
The voice of Andy Maloney.
Sort of both
very even course.
It's just if you
nothing
can get across
really in it, side to side.
it's good breeze right turn at the moment.
Right now he's in quite a high mode to leeward.
Gave a little past it, given up targets.
Two breeze doesn't really translate across the gates.
Okay, stand by.
Probably across this.
2, 1, and board. They are not laying. 1, mate. I will.
2, 1, go board.
We will not cross at this.
Yeah, I like the right-hand turn at the top here. There's more breeze coming in from the right. So I think the right hand would be the favourite side if you can get to it. Both boats, here's the intersection.
No, they tack coming up on the breeze.
They're up. They're up. And button.
Emirates Team New Zealand having to put the boat into a high mode here.
They'll probably take the other mark. I've got them players. 5, 1, mate.
Top gate for the first time in race 4, and there is nothing, absolutely nothing in this one. Leg 1 completed of 6.
Big boundary job for me.
Good work. Really nice breeze here, okay? Yeah. Nice scan at the end, guys.
A quick look at the optimum route here. Goes both has New Zealand in the lead. Slight advantage to that side of the course, left-hand side of the screen.
So all the way.
A bit more pressure.
Possibly just a knot to a knot and a half more wind speed down that boundary. So expect just to see a little bit of an acceleration. Emirates Team New Zealand.
1, and 1.
Cyclers heads down, pedalling hard, providing all the oil they need to trim the sails.
A little wide, but it'll come.
Slight righty.
report across this, all the right with New Zealand.
Yeah, I don't think we have enough space to go back. So I think we're happy just continuing at the moment.
Duck for us, yeah, not much of a duck here.
Just watch the altitude, please, Pete.
He's coming up now. He's coming up, protesting now. That's a full-on dial up there.
Pushing the protest.
Hey, hit it, lads. Hey, King Main.
Nice, mate.
500.
Hey, now all about us.
Either one of us are making it 1 and in.
Probably need a bit of space in case we have to dip them on the next one.
We'll have another look at that cross. The Kiwis just making it hard. It's quite a big dial up for the British boat. Van Aisley pressed the protest button, but it was green.
Pushing the protest button.
Nice left phase.
Back it down while you quick.
1 forward down. 3.
Yeah, just a classic starboard versus port boat there, and Ben Ainslie pressing the protest button, but umpire Richard Saylor telling that he was dreaming in that case.
Lots of sea room between the two boats.
New Zealand have now jibed over on the right. It's going to be looking pretty bow to bow. Ineos have got their bow down at the moment and look to be in quite a strong position. New Zealand are the giveaway boat, but can now see the New Zealanders coming out from under the jib of Ineos. It looks like New Zealand are just going to be in front, but it's pretty close. New Zealand look to have good downwind speed in this race, matching Ineos.
This is tantalisingly good. What a match between these giants.
Yeah, it's
nothing in it.
phases in the middle, so bang on, it should be okay.
Which mark would you want? You take the left if they have a piece.
Okay, understood. Right on it, Nate, though. Thanks. 5, 3,
I will.
2,
1.
And
on board.
Beautiful jibe on board Ineos Britannia.
Depth in the bank, so we got some room.
Yeah.
The pressure for accuracy from these teams is off the scale.
Could be a big intersection coming up here as they come into the bottom gate. Both boats outside the circles for the bottom mark.
What down?
hold it down.
Both boats splitting at the bottom. Nothing in it.
Bottom gate, first time. Wow, what a race we have in the match at the moment.
Sorry, no.
Have a quick look at the Winfield and the Ghost boat. A lot of pressure, that bottom left-hand corner. Has it neck and neck with a slight advantage to Great Britain. So currently, Emirates Britannia going the advantageous way.
Onto the Britannia chase boat with coach Rob Wilson. Rob, no engagement at the start box, and we have got a wicked match race right now.
Yeah, it's pretty tight. We just had a little bit of a slow there, but yeah, you know, both boats are pushing super hard here.
Rob, I guess quite a high degree of confidence in boat speed in this race.
Yeah, like we had a good look at the data yesterday, and you know, it's all pretty tight. And you know, it's just the advantage of getting out in front. It's so strong when you can pick which way you want to go.
Thanks, Rob. We'll talk again.
Thank you.
It's tight.
Slowly, gone a bit early.
They tack to leeward. It's normal for now.
Oh, good. It's a good spot.
We had quite a big swing to the right in the breeze, and that gave New Zealand the advantage. Tacked right on the face of Emirates Britannia. That wing wash.
Trying to come high when you can, but all good.
It's starting to hit them.
8-5 now, all good.
MG, 3 to build. 1, snowboard.
Here we go.
Just that loss of about 2 boat lengths in each of these tacks in these conditions. The British sailing,
I think it's just all the way, isn't it?
as far as they could.
How's it look on their side?
Tacks to keep the game alive.
It looks okay, but Martin, 3, 2, 1.
Nice, brother. Steady.
1, and button.
Continuing
New Zealand now tack coming across on starboard. Again, at the top of the course, it just looks a little bit fresher in the top right. New Zealand, I think,
really nice
just
pressure,
little
just 50 metres
incremental
inside
gains, but it's all about the manoeuvres. The New Zealand boat seems has a real nice glide through the tacks, and but the gains that are being made by the Kiwis very minimal.
What are you just hit again?
2 women now. Copy. Okay, speed 15 this way, so any time that's good. Okay. Stand by tag. Yep. And board. 2, 1, mate. I will. 2, 1, go on board. Going to them.
Yeah, as Ben said, it is advantage New Zealand, but only just.
Just that little bit more pressure coming out of that right-hand upper section, so Emirates Team New Zealand protecting that right-hand side.
Follow them up. Yeah, I think just try and get to the intersection line, I think. 20 away from the intersection. Shift is average here. Nice, that's good here. Okay. Time. Good attack. Okay. Stand by.
Dylan Fletcher, Port Helm, Olympic gold
2,
medalist.
1, mate.
Turning. No, mine. 2, 1,
turning the boat.
2, 1.
They've no option, Glenn, did they, but to get out of there. Not far to the boundary, though.
Straight line. Yeah.
About a 5 to 8% penalty sitting in that dirty air from that distance, so they need to keep wiggling their way to keep that air intake clean.
About 30 this way to lay line.
They go short, we'd hit for a left there.
Yes.
Yeah. Still happy with the right.
They're transitioning, they're firing. It'll be 3.
2. I will.
2, 1, go on board.
Okay, they tack on. Through. Clear on pressure here.
Feels up a little bit now, doesn't it?
Cyclists doing such a good job. All these manoeuvres, back-to-back tacks and jibes. They are pedaling for survival. Massive wattage.
I think we just, it's right-hand bias here, so let's go now.
Rossiter and that Gottrell. Absolutely.
2, 1, mate.
Turning.
On the rivet at the moment.
1, go on board.
Button.
New Zealand is giving absolutely no breathing space here.
Kiwi's done such a good job on this upwind leg. Slowly increasing the meterage, the distance between them.
3, 2.
At the halfway point in race number 4 in the match, the defender is in control, but there's still 3 legs to go in this very, very close race.
Keep coming down. 2. Fine, all the way here. All yours, bro. Bodies.
Ineos Britannia coming into the top gate.
Numbers are
3
in the
to
middle,
go.
but good breeze, okay?
Steady down in 3, 2, 1, down, all the way. I will.
2, 1, turn up, lads. Good job.
Fans of both teams on an edge. Look, you can almost sense the tension in it. Huge crowds in for race 4.
Having a little look.
Okay, jibe, we've got to go before, yep. 2, 1, forward down.
3, 2, 1, mate.
Okay, mine. 2, 1, go.
Yeah, it's a nice spot.
Both boats have jibed heading down on starboard. That's the first lead change we've seen in this race, in race 4.
Just doing it as well.
We're all waiting to see if New Zealand were behind. Could they actually engineer a lead change? And of course it happened on leg 1. They've extended from there. I'm impressed by Ineos. They're hanging in there. It would only take a slight error from Emirates Team New Zealand and Ineos will be all over them.
At the moment. If they jibe, what do you reckon we do? They're quite low compared to us up there, aren't they?
I think we just carry on at the moment, Nate. How's the pressure?
I think the pressure's back the other way.
Copy.
We're listening to this
Definitely.
discussion.
I don't know if it's just
Port
soft in
Helm,
general,
Nathan
but that right
Outridge
side's
and
starting to feel strong
Trimmer, Andy
pressure-wise to
Maloney.
me.
A huge amount of trust
So probably getting over this
between
and then
these sailors on Emirates Team New
almost
Zealand.
leading out again once you're comfy over it.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Probably any time.
3, 2,
Put down.
Just steady.
Doing a lovely job, aren't they, of increasing the meters.
Oh, there we go. Alright, got us going again. Better build for us this time.
Starboard helm, keep burling.
I wonder if actually right turn would be better here, pistol, and then sort of a longer one on port. Yeah, copy.
Sail together forever. A huge collection of Olympic medals. Youth America's Cups, America's Cup victories.
They're sailing lower, aren't they?
Huge trust.
Yeah, it's all good. A little lower, but you're all good. Going nice.
We've certainly done a few miles together and against each other over the years.
Nice breeze. They've gone. I think I'll just go to lay, Pete. It feels good breeze here. It definitely feels
fantastic
like
shot there of the foil arm on board Emirates Team New Zealand. The foil arms being a one design component, carbon fibre one design component that all teams use. The lower part being open for design by all the teams. So that 1,270 kilograms all up, 464 kilos of carbon fibre upper steel
for me, it
lower
definitely
part.
feels windier on that side, and we seem to gain each time. Just a little.
Happy still right turn and an early tack, Nate.
Okay, I think we got enough
Phase, it's a nice
lead
little,
for that.
yeah.
That's 22, right?
20.
Yeah, Kiwis identify more pressure bottom right of the track.
I think we'll be past the line.
Such a
Pete,
good
but
job
just
of
as soon as we
staying in
can,
it.
kinda.
Definitely more pressure
Still one here, right?
right hand side looking upwind, so
Transition now.
Only 2 legs to go in race 4 of the match. And the defender, Emirates Team New Zealand, still in control.
Oh boy, now. And 5, 3, 2, 1.
Ineos Britannia trying to match them. Nothing in between these crews.
Fine. Big flat though.
Lovely positioning from the Kiwi team. Right on top of Ineos when they tack. Kiwis will defend.
Slightly better breeze in 15, so I'd want to get to that.
On board the defender chase boat with coach Ray Davies. Ray, no engagement at the start box, clean start, and that upwind leg 3 a beauty.
You're going to feel breeze just on the exit.
Yeah, no engagement on the start. We led back, we got fairly deep in the starting area, and Ineos chose a sort of wide right option, which was a good choice for them for sure, and had a bit of control over us at the first exchange, but the guys kept themselves right in the race and made that pass at the top of the first beat. They sailed that impeccably, really, to get inside of the top right turn, and now it's a boat speed race, and they're keeping the foot on the throat, which is great to see.
Ray, were you worried at all on that first lap? And also, where do you think the boys got past?
Quite big left phases, don't you think?
Oh yeah, a little concerned about that first beat, but the real pleasing thing is they kept themselves right in it, and then the pass was at the top where Ineos were obviously a bit worried about a port starboard interaction and potentially dipping and then luffing and hooking us, so they went a little over their ley line into the top right turn, gave us an opportunity to tack inside and safely take the mark off them, and that was the key moment. Yeah, it was always going to be hard for Ineos to place that tack perfectly, so again, it was good for our guys keeping the pressure on and making them make tough decisions.
Thanks, Ray. Appreciate the insight, as always.
Another 10.
Middle of zone.
5, 3, 2, 1.
Well, that doesn't look fun, does it? We have Marius van der Poel there and Hamish Bond, the Olympic rowing legend.
They've got a bit of power forward now, so it'll be an easy line-up on the next one.
Believe me, are absolutely in their happy place at the moment, having a lovely time. That's what they live for.
Their role is so crucial, and particularly in a race like this with endless manoeuvres.
6 away.
That's it.
A little further, actually.
All the cyclors, both teams doing a massive job. That's what they train for. It is absolutely
good pressure in about 10 BT.
What they live for. Marius there.
Nice gain on that one, guys. Going all the way here, don't we? Yeah,
337. Peaks there. All these manoeuvres, very, very difficult to stay on top of the accumulated pressure to keep operating those sails above deck.
That is not seawater you see running there.
How many?
Hard work.
Yeah, obviously keeping your heads down for aerodynamic purposes.
That's a big button.
This is the race committee. We are moving the finish line, lengthening the final leg to 1.9 nautical miles and shifting the axis to 058.
So, shouldn't we hit them one more time? We've got 25 on port after this tack.
Yeah, still more pressure.
Happy to take that up a little when you got a pistol.
Copy. Oh, that's good pressure as well as the top line.
Any time here, little lefty. Stand by.
Look at two of the British rowers, both rowing legends. Matt Gottrell, gold medalist. Matt Rossiter. Doesn't look any more pleasant over there.
A lot of load on these sails aboard these boats, over 10 metric tonnes of main sheet load.
Can you live at the moment, or do you want to tack out? I think we tack out, hey, stand by. Put down. 3, 2, 1, mate.
Saw a slight change of strategy there. Just Emirates Team New Zealand let Ineos just go over to the left a little bit, but what the New Zealanders had seen is that pressure that's been at the top mark, and they made a bit of a gain. The other notable point, they made 2 boat lengths on that downwind leg against the fastest boat in the competition.
Maybe for a quicker, if you got it going.
Yeah, top rope turn, nice.
The sail plan on board both these yachts, very, very efficient in these 9 to 10 knot breeze range.
2, 1, port down.
Leg 5 of 6 about to be completed. And the defender Emirates Team New Zealand are in a strong position. They'll round the mark and head home.
Okay, I got it.
And think about a big lead in this match.
Just close to the waist. Yeah, or just before that we did last time.
Gotta love that one. Tack, tack, boom.
Coming into slightly more wind.
It'll compress again down this run.
3, 2, 1, mate.
Emirates Britannia now completing the 5th leg. One more to go. The downward leg, the homeward leg.
3, 2, 1, hit it, boys. Okay, 100.
All the foils on board both these boats acting like aircraft wings. Flight controllers having to adjust the flaps on those main foils to actually fly the boat above the water surface. Big, big job for the flight controllers. The elevator only about 0.3 of a square metre at the back of the boat on the rudder, so a whole lot of stability there at the back of the boat. Very much on edge.
So they're going to jibe about now. I think we just get across the open course line.
Voice of Nathan Outridge, aboard New Zealand.
2, 1, go board.
Very calm tactician, isn't he? Painting the picture, making the decisions early.
Taking main.
Hard to see how Emirates Britannia are going to get back into this.
Some windward lads.
Kiwis are faultless.
They're both boats sailing really, really cleanly at the moment. Quite a lot flatter water today than we've seen over the past few days. So you can see both boats really pushing the ride height high, particularly downwind, getting those tips well and truly out of the water. So getting that main shaft as high to the free surface as you can for a reduced wetted surface area.
The breeze going down this side at the moment.
Yeah, we see in the bottom box there, Bled and Mon, who's trimming that foil.
Not a great jibe for them.
Looking at it all the time, not just looking at a screen, but actually physically looking.
Copy.
Yeah, Bled and Mon, it's a combination, isn't it, between screens and data and feel and looking at the foil. You see him leaning out, trying to see past the cyclers to get a good view.
3, 2, 1, mate.
Bleden having to hand over to Lee McMillan on the other side of the yacht there as they jibe through, transferring load from one foil to the other. It's a real delicate dance to get that absolutely perfect, and both boats doing a brilliant job in these conditions. To see how much mast rotation and power these twin skin planes can generate from upwind to downwind. Huge depth changes for ultimate performance.
You go pretty hard on it. 3, maybe a couple links up. Yeah, all good, all good. 2,
Nathan Outridge, Andy Maloney.
There's always that little lifty in there, eh, Andy? Yeah.
Nathan Outridge there, second from rear. Now on course management and tactics as they come in towards the finish line here of race number 4.
Just getting a little deep, mate.
A solitary match race on day 3 of the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup. And that's one more, and it's 4 for Emirates Team New Zealand.
Must have 10 knots doing that, not 7.
Oh yeah, driving out of here. What's?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Happy in Kiwi corner.
Yeah, that'd be better.
Okay, watch round up and do it here.
But they were pushed today. They were pushed by the official challenger of record, Ineos Britannia.
Just keep sailing down here. Yeah, be quite. Yeah, agreed.
Great match race.
Well, they certainly got off the start line, Shirley, with some really good wheels and definite advantage early on to Ineos Britannia.
Nice start, lads. That was a good start.
They heard you, Glenn.
Confirmation then of the result of race 4 and the match for the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup. And a closer win this time. Emirates Team New Zealand against Ineos Britannia. Ineos Britannia are coming. In the race to 7, it's now Emirates Team New Zealand 4. Ineos Britannia yet to get on the scoreboard. On board Emirates Team New Zealand with Peter Burling and Nathan Outridge. Peter, you pushed early in that race. It was beautifully sailed.
The starts, we ended up way later than we thought, but we did a good job getting a little trigger pull and just getting enough off that first boundary to keep in the race. But yeah, awesome race.
Yeah, congratulations, Pete. A quick word with Nathan. The British team made you work for that. You know, where do you think you made those gains, and how proud are you of the performance in that race?
Yeah, it was obviously a tight start, and we had a bit of work to do to get off the boundary on the left side, but when we had the opportunity to cross over to the right side, which we thought was pretty strong, we managed to get a little gain and get in at the top mark with the right turn there. So that was pretty much where we sort of got back into the race, and you know, I think we've made a step forward again with the performance of the boat and getting it tacking nicely. So going really well upwind. So yeah, obviously very happy with the result, and plenty to come still.
Nice work, Nathan. And just quickly back to Pete. 4-0 up. We're more than halfway through. How good does that sound?
Yeah, every win on the board's obviously a super nice one. Yeah, it felt a lot more like a boat race today than the one yesterday. Obviously, boats getting pretty close together there. So it was, yeah, nice just to keep marching forward. It feels like yeah, we're improving a lot as a group as we go through these races. Yeah, excited to keep pushing forward.
It's really clear to everyone listening, the comms are very, very cool. You must be happy with the operation of the boat right now.
Yeah, we obviously put a lot of time into optimising the way we sail, and just, yeah, really happy to see the group going out and executing, really. You know, the grinders, the cyclists behind me that probably don't get talked about a whole heap, but, you know, they're a pretty massive part of our program, just being able to deliver whatever we want. And it's, yeah, pretty cool to see us just being able to use that around the racetrack.
Okay, Peter, appreciate the time. Have a day off.
Cheers, mate.
All right, let's go on board Ineos Britannia and talk to Ben. Ben, intense match race. What's the message to the team right now?
Yeah, well, surprised you weren't going to talk to me about the performance to start off with, but yeah, it was a good race. Yeah, and they had a good start, got the first cross, but yeah, they're just going well. They're going really well. And so I think for us, it's a matter of try and figure out how we can make some of these performance gains to take it to them.
Oh, Benny, we've all been drawing straws and paper, scissors, rock here, mate, who was going to ask you the questions today. But, mate, what's the plan overnight to reset and come out fighting for the next race? Obviously, a lot of data to go through.
Just turn up here. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's right. It's a good opportunity to take it there ashore, try and figure out how we can find some gains. Clearly, they're going really well. I think we have our moments, but still there are moments where we're losing a click, and I think that's really the difference. So yeah, I mean, we're going to keep going. We'll push all the way here. They've obviously had a strong start, but we can still come back from this.
Absolutely. No, you're going well, mate.
Yeah, a quick question to Dylan. I mean, fantastic start, huge improvement there. What positives will you take from today?
Yeah, it was obviously disappointing, the umpire decision yesterday, so it was good to come out and have a strong start today. And I think, as Ben said, we'll just take a good look at everything and see where we can eke out some more gains tomorrow.
A quick question to Lee. Hey, Lee, for us watching on the screen, it looks like there's nothing in it between these boats. I mean, you're at lead-on performance. What do you think? What are the differences? What's going to make the gains?
I think it's getting closer and closer every time. So it's not a big step we've got to make, just a little one. And I think we've done a good job so far of making those little steps forward. So one more little click, and I think it's going to swing our way.
Thanks, Lee. Enjoy the day off.
Thank you.
All the way, go hard, go hard.
Well, it was all on from the start. Both boats so close. The Kiwis actually closer to the line, but crossing that line at pace was Ineos Britannia. It was neck and neck all the way up, wasn't it, to these top mark? Absolutely nothing in it. Split tack at the top gate, and the race was on. And like two, we certainly loved this, didn't we? Crossing tacks all the way down. Literally just a few meters, nothing in it in seconds between the boats. On leg 3, Emirates Team New Zealand had a small gain, slightly more pressure on their side of the track. With that tiny advantage, they were able to capitalise on it and defend there.
I think it's just all the way, isn't it?
Yeah, it feels that way.
Nice.
Going 4-0 up in this America's Cup, taking the win. Emirates Team New Zealand.
10 knots doing that. Oh yeah. Driving out here.
Swag off the boundary, Pete. Oh, sorry.
Let's have a look at a key moment. British fans have been waiting for Ineos Britannia to win off the line and show their potential. And today, while Emirates Team New Zealand may have been closest to the line, the British had clearly been hard at work and found something extra. From the right-hand side of the start, they had a little extra speed and edged ahead, winning the all-important bounce off the boundary. For Ben Ainsley and the whole team, these moments, well, will really matter. It shows that the fight is not over.
So a little look at some of the numbers here. New Zealand ahead by 23 seconds, the line, and looking good on the numbers, but not by much. Top speed goes to the British, 42.1 knots in not a lot of breeze, but the average speed sits with the Kiwis at 33.8 knots. On VMG, the measure of efficiency around the course, ETNZ at 24.4 knots, 0.4 of a knot better than GBR, and that's the exact same difference as the last race in actual fact. Having a look at the Cyclor power as well, and you just get to see there how much energy both these teams are putting into the yachts around the racetrack. Over 900 watts, nearly 1,000 watts from Ben Cornish, pushing the boat hard and adjusting those sails on the AC75s.
Big crowds in and happy Emirates Team New Zealand supporters.
Yeah, a couple of the coaches there from the youth and the Women's America's Cup on the left there, PJ and Aaron. But what a day, what an absolutely epic race. And I think it showed that Ineos are absolutely in this fight, Shirley, all the way through. It's going to be some great racing coming up in the next few days.
There is not much in it. We heard it from Ben and from Lee McMillan. It is tiny differences. And now they have a little space, time to breathe and work out what is going to make the difference.
Let's go onto the water with Peter Lester. Peter, there's a lot of positive vibe coming off that Ineos boat. They may be behind, but we are seeing gains.
Oh, best race of the regatta so far, and pretty evenly matched. And what's interesting out here is how different the boats look, but the end result is they're very, very similar. They mode the boats quite differently. New Zealand upwind, they do seem to have a high mode occasionally that looks pretty interesting. New Zealand sail with a little bit more windward heel. But Ineos in that one, they should be pretty happy about that. But they need to come out in race 5 and get some points on the board.
I was intrigued on one of the downwind legs, Glenn. I was, and I want you to explain this to me. The Emirates team seemed a bit nervous or a bit concerned that they were sailing the boat low. The Ineos were sailing the boat low. They're sailing the boat low.
Yeah, look, I think different moding on each of those boats, and I think what we'll see now is, you know, Dylan Fletcher, Ben Ainsley inside the coach boat there. The same discussions will be going on board Emirates Team New Zealand as well. Both teams now having a day to actually analyse the data, go through all the race statistics and actually work out what improvements they can make as a team coming into Wednesday's racing.
Ben Ainsley was part of the biggest comeback in our sport ever in San Francisco. He knows you can do a lot in a couple of days. They're going to be working night and day to make some improvements here.
It just needs one little tweak. There's one little moment to change the momentum. And it's the momentum I'm sure Ineos Britannia really want to stop.
Yeah, well, we're more than halfway through. They need to come up with something special. That is for sure. The debrief started already on the coach boat.
Yep, and that debrief will be going on for the next 24 to 36 hours. It'll be pretty intensive talks and discussions, data analysis. What changes can you make on board Ineos Britannia to dig your way back into this competition?
There is a lot of brain power, there's a lot of computer power to figure that out, so we will wait and know in a day or so. Every team looks for an advantage, and when it comes to official escorts, Emirates Team New Zealand is pretty hard to beat. Ngāti Whātua, the indigenous people from the syndicate's home base in Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland, New Zealand, have travelled 19,391 kilometres to lead the Kiwis to the battlefield in a traditional wakataua, or Māori war canoe.
It's a huge honour and privilege to be here, supporting Grant and the guys to hopefully bring home the silver and bringing our haka culture to the world.
I remember actually sitting back at base in Tamaki in Auckland, New Zealand with Grant Dalton, and he kind of just shared this kōrero. Do you think we could get Ngāti Whātua over to Spain with us? And I said, yeah, why not? I'm sure we can. And then I said, oh, we're also building our waka. And he said, oh, that'll be great if we could get the waka over too. And 2 years later, we're here.
Being reunited with the waka here in Barcelona was very important for us. Ko te tikanga te tuatai, protocols always come first. When the team landed, we went straight to the waka and did all of our prayers, our incantations, our songs, our haka.
One of the main things that people most likely don't see when they look at one of our waka is that it has a life essence within it. It lives and breathes. It lives alongside us. We care for it like it is a child, like it is a parent, like it is an ancestor, all of those things. The log for the waka here was part of a group of trees called kauri. They were decimated by a natural disaster some 30,000 years ago. As far as we know, at the time where it was felled kind of indicates that it was a tree about 2,000 years old, so easily 32,000 years of history sitting in the log itself.
The carvings and the symbols, they're handed down from our ancestors over generations, and so our written form, we don't have text as such, but the kōrero, the narratives and the meanings live in the symbols. You see similarities in the marking of the skin with the markings of whakairo or wood carving. Each symbol has a meaning, and so when you line all of those symbols up, they tell a story if you know how to read them.
All up, the build took 17 weeks, but they were spread out over roughly 2.5 years. I think for Ngāti Whātua, Ōrākei, it's far more important than I kind of realised at the time that it was being carved as well. It's always a great feeling when the waka hits the water and our young people are in there to take up the challenge.
It's been 20 plus years since we've been on a waka taua on the water, so reigniting that knowledge base, sharing it with the next generations has been really important. We are very grateful and lucky to be exposed to this sport, to be exposed internationally.
We're already amped. All the boys down at base, they're fizzing at the moment. The waka in particular is a waka taua. Taua is I guess you could say, an army or a war party. And so on the day, we're bringing all of our cultural rituals, all of these things that are handed down to us from our ancestors to help elevate this campaign.
We want to be doing that loud and proud, being able to just invigorate the team that are on Taihoro, to show them that we've got their backs, we believe in them, and we want them to give it their all just as much as we will try and send them off well.
I think it's an honour for both Team New Zealand and for Ngāti Whātua Ōrākei that they get to come alongside each other in this particular scope. I think it's an amazing privilege for everybody to participate in.
As we head towards the completion of day 3 in the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup match, we've just been enjoying a beautiful story about an integral part of the culture of this team here, Emirates Team New Zealand, which is the Indigenous people of Auckland, Ngāti Whātua Ōrākei, and their waka, te kawa, which is made from a 30,000-year-old log, but the culture is such an important part of their team.
Absolutely it is, and that blessing of Tahoro from Ngāti Whātua is a huge part of the culture of Emirates Team New Zealand. I've been very fortunate myself personally over the years to have a fantastic connection with Ngāti Whātua and have had them bless all the craft that I've sailed on, including one land yacht that we took to break the wind-powered world land speed record. But Emirates Team New Zealand absolutely now will be going into the debrief, and they'll be looking at everything they can possibly do to keep improving and keep the performance going forwards.
And Ineos Britannia, well, they're 4 down surely, but we saw today improvement. And what's going through his mind?
I've seen him come back from from lots of things before at Olympics, obviously in the Cup. He's got a bit of time now just to try and find a little bit of performance. They're not far away. It just feels like it's just a flick off.
This next 24 hours is going to be absolutely massive for Ben Ainsley and the team at Ineos Britannia, and they have got absolutely some of the best horsepower behind the scenes there, and they will be absolutely making some big improvements, no doubt about it.
Quick jump down to Peter Lester. Peter, going close to the Kiwis.
Yeah, a good race by Ineos, really good race. I thought the lead change at the top, there's going to be a lot spoken about that, and New Zealand's downwind speed was a step up for New Zealand.
Yeah, it is just one of those days when two sides are thinking about what happens next. They'll get a day off, but it was a heck of a day, and we're all a little bit surprised there's no engagement in the start box today.
Yeah, look, I think we'll see, further engagement down the track. Today just wasn't a Team New Zealand leading in, going deep in the box, coming back. Ineos Britannia just having to sail their own start and actually get off the line, and both boats getting off very cleanly. Slight gains to Ineos Britannia, they'll be happy with that.
Yeah, there wasn't much in it, was there, for much of this race? We're so good. We were loving all the intersections. Beautiful execution as well. The timing now, the quality of it all is so impressive.
Yeah, both boats being sailed absolutely beautifully and absolutely their max potential at the moment. There's gains to come on both boats, I'm absolutely sure. What team's going to come out with the improvements over the next couple of days or so?
And what improvements can you make in a couple of days? That's the question.
Well, we saw the vertical performance curve of Ineos Britannia in previous racing, and they've absolutely got some in the tank. I'm 100% positive they'll be making some improvements.
All those tiny gains add up, and that's what they're looking for.
It's the sum of the parts.
Yeah, you're going to say, and you said it before, Glenn, both these teams are sailing their boats, their beautiful AC75s to maximum edge. The gains will be minimal, but a minimal game could be the difference in turning the tide after day number 3 of the match in the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup. And there it is, the Louis Vuitton America's Cup, a beautiful piece of silver, only valued at around $12,000 US apparently, but it quite simply is priceless to anyone in the sailing community. So just a confirmation of where we are at. In the race to 7, it simply is advantage Emirates Team New Zealand, the defender. 4 wins, Ineos Britannia still to get on the board, but they are coming. You can feel it. When do we go racing next? Wednesday. They get a day off, and that's a 2-race day. It'll be race 5 followed by race 6. Emirates Team New Zealand will get port entry in race 5, and it'll be port entry for Ineos Britannia in race number 6. What a day on a single race day when you think it's just going to be, a nice calm day. There was tension from the start. It was a beautiful send-off, as always, by both crowds and both family and friends for Emirates Team New Zealand and Ineos Britannia. But you get out on the water and that changes, and you feel it. You feel the tension. Well, it's not going to change. There's going to be more tension over the next 24, 48 hours, and we're back with more. Emirates Team New Zealand lead 4-0, and there's more live racing to come in 2 days. We'll see you then.